Greetings, everyone, and good morning from Seattle, Washington. Good afternoon to some of you, and good evening to some of you. So we will start shortly in about 1 minute or less. So stay tuned, and if you can listen, if you hear me now, please use the chat window below, and we will cover some of the housekeeping items soon. So again, give it about 30 to 40 seconds, and then we will get going. Okay, again, welcome to our very first live session of this kind. And out of other sessions to come in the future, we will try to have at least one live session or live webinar a month. So we will inform everybody for the next one. I will try to cover different topics for each live session. However, we will always have one or two topics that will get repeated. And again, this is more about answering some of your questions that you have using EDUonGo or want to use EDUonGo, etc. So before we get going, I wanted to cover some of the housekeeping items in the page that you are at. What do you exactly see there? So I will start sharing my screen shortly, but you are on the page where, if you can listen to what I'm saying right now, it's the one that says e-seminars, and right below that there is a chat room area. It will ask to add your name if you want to post any questions, any comments, etc. You can also sign up with Twitter to post any questions in there. So that's the one right below this video. And feel free to use that if you have any questions at all or any comments. Now, on the right side, there is a form that you can submit your questions via email, and I will read the questions and try my best to answer them during today's live session. If I don't cover or I don't answer your questions in the live session, I will follow up via an email. I have received numerous of questions before today's session, so I'll try to cover some of them. However, let me just close this. However, I will try to follow up and have my team follow up in some of the questions, since they're piling up a little too fast. So, okay, this session is recorded, so everybody will get to watch the recorded version later on. And for the agenda, if you scroll all the way at the top, you'll see the 4 items that we will cover today, for the 4 topics for today's session. The first one is I will go over about the origins and how we started EDUonGo. And then I'll give you some examples of the academies that are using EDUonGo. The third one is we will explore the 10 steps on how to sell online courses. There's also a guide that you can download, and you can even print that. And it covers the 10 steps on how to create and sell online courses. And the last one will be on answering any questions you have. I'll cover some of the questions that I've received, but any questions you have, I would like to make this live session more interactive. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post them at below the video, or submit the form on the right side. So real quick, for the people that have joined the chat area, I only see 6 that have joined. However, and there were more than 30 in the lobby. Let me see how many now. So we have actually almost 50 now in the lobby area, which people are watching this live session. But again, if you would like to join the chat room below, feel free to add your name and post any questions. For the ones that are there using the chat room, if you can give me a yes or no, if you can hear me well. This video, so my voice will come a bit later to you guys, so the questions will come in about 5 to 10 seconds late. We're using Google Hangout for this live session. So if you can hear me, please type in yes or no, and I will look at that periodically, so we don't have any technical issues. Okay, so I have some yeses here. That's great. All right, so let's get going on the first item. Learn the origins of EDUonGo. So I want to briefly go over on how we started EDUonGo. My background is in software engineering. So let me share my screen. I think this will help out as I go through these pages that I have in front of me. So give me 1 second. Entire screen. Okay, so here we go. So you should be able to see my screen now. And I am here at eduongo.com/our-story/ or you can get this page if you scroll at the bottom and click on our story. So if you want to learn more on how we started EDUonGo, feel free to read this short article. But real quick, my background is in software engineering. So I have joined a few companies throughout my career as a solution architect, program manager, software engineer, companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Disney, the real networks, etc. And I have been teaching for about 9 years now at the college level. Started in Orlando, Florida. I teach here part-time at Bellevue College, mainly computer programming courses. So I've been very much in focus with education, and I have tried to combine the two skills together, technology and education. But how did EDUonGo really start? I run another consulting firm that is a direct vendor with Microsoft and Amazon. So we do provide software engineers to some of their projects. And I was in a hunt of a learning platform to launch my own virtual academy so I can train more engineers and outsource them to Microsoft and Amazon. And again, engineers from Europe, from different parts of the world, mainly in Eastern Europe. That's where I come from. And that's when, this was in 2010, when I started my own virtual academy, looked at different tools that existed out there and how I can puzzle my virtual academy. And ended up using a few other tools, such as Moodle is one of the open source tools that we used for, I would say, about a year or so, and try to use YouTube, integrate PayPal and Facebook groups, etc., to puzzle the environment that we were looking for. So it was quite a bit of a mess, and it started becoming costly for me, maintaining the entire infrastructure, hiring developers to modify the platform and make it user-friendly and fulfill our needs, started becoming a burden. And of course, we were very technical savvy, so I pulled some of the top engineers from Microsoft that were working at that time. And so I told to myself, if anyone wanted to just teach online, if they wanted to get together with other trainers or subject matter experts and launch an academy, so a group of people that all want to contribute towards building courses under one online academy and sell those courses, this will be quite a bit of a pain for them, especially if they're not technical savvy. If you just wanted to teach and forget about the headaches on how to run the course and how to deliver that, then there weren't many tools out there that will facilitate that. And there's still not a lot of tools that will get your team of subject matter experts, or you get together with other colleagues and launch an online school, unless you go through and you know, host it your own solution, or you are an established university, etc. Then you can look for those for the learning management systems that are quite expensive. So anyway, so that's how EDUonGo came about, enabling anyone to launch an online academy. So if you wanted to create and sell courses under your website, then I wanted to make it easy for you, for everybody. So it's a matter of, if you go to our homepage now, EDUonGo.com, that's what it actually states: create and sell courses online. And we say that you can create your academy in less than 30 seconds. That's how much it takes to fill these 2 steps, and then you are you're left to build the courses, which will cover some of the techniques and then how do you sell courses, etc. Later on. But that's the origin on how we started EDUonGo. So let's see the next item here. Let me see if I can look here below. I see both video and audio player. Okay, so I got a lot of yeses, but again, I will come and check this maybe from time to time to see if there are any questions. So let me go to the next point. Tour some of the customers that we have. I have pulled 2 of them that I'd like to show you, but there is over 1,000 academies that are using EDUonGo or are created through EDUonGo, and they range from individuals that would like to sell their training, to a group of trainers or small businesses, to high schools, to colleges and universities, and professional training, corporate training, etc. So there's a variety of industries or a variety of institutions that use EDUonGo. And you got all the tools to facilitate each group. So one of the examples that I took is Larry Sugarman, which is the CEO of Smart Selling. He has been training salespeople across US for quite some time, I think over 30 years. And he wanted to just put now everything he has done over his career into an online environment, so he doesn't have to travel as much, and then just let everything that he's got, other people will leverage it, and also he can sell the courses, so he doesn't have to travel to train. So here are 3 courses that are very, very sweet. I think he's done a great job, and you guys can join. Here's the free course that he's giving, which is Introduction to Smart Selling, and then there's a lock course. So for some of you guys that have started using EDUonGo, a lock course means that you need an access code to get into the course. And here's a paid course that he has started to sell this very same course, but with more material. So Larry is one of the examples. And if I go to smartselling.net, so this integrates with his website quite well. So the way he has set it up, go to smartselling.net. So again, EDUonGo, you can hook up EDUonGo under your own website, and you can point your own domain, so it doesn't have to say EDUonGo anywhere. So here is the smartselling.net, and if I go to online courses, here is the online courses that he's serving, and this is where you can get to his academy. So Larry is one of the examples. And if I click on one of the courses here, there's some details about the course, which we're gonna maybe cover some of, what does it mean to create a course detail page that is sellable. We'll get to that point later. Another academy that I think has some great courses is we have put some of them here at academy.realvisuals.com. We have the pioneer in flipped learning. If you guys have heard of flipped learning before, we have Greg Green, the principal of Clintondale High School. He flipped his entire high school, and he had great results on doing it. So he shared all his experience on how to flip a high school here in this course. So this is at academy.realvisuals.com, and you will see Getting Started with Flip Learning by Greg Green. If I go inside a course, so let me go inside here. By the way, this video is awesome. If you watch this video on the right side, he just highlights on what happened after he flipped his high school and the result that he got. So let me just go here real quick. So here I'm inside the course. This course is free, so anybody can join. And here is the story that Greg Green describes on how he flipped his high school. And then he has activities inside as well. So here's an online text that you can collaborate with others and post your view, and then Greg or others will try to respond. So he goes over the structure and what does it look like for a teacher's day. For you guys that haven't heard of flip learning before, flip learning is flipping the way that the classroom environment is delivered. So for example, the reason they call it flip, instead of doing homework or assignments at home and listening to the lecture in class, they do it other way around. So you get, as a student, you have to listen to the lectures at home before you come into class, and then you do the homework with the teacher and with other students in class. So they flip it. And this has become a great result for a lot of schools, because now the students leverage the class time, which is the precious time they have with the teacher. They leverage that time talking to the teacher, asking questions if they get stuck, and they don't come in with blank homework. And that's the way that they seem to learn better. So this is the flip learning kind of a movement that in US, one of the pioneers that flipped the entire school. There's a lot of teachers that flip their courses, but flipping an entire school was done by Greg Green out of Michigan, and he's using EDUonGo to flip the entire school. So this is a great course, I think, for you guys to just learn about what did Greg do for his school. Let me see. Let me come back here. Just make sure that everybody is with me. Okay. If you have any questions, we are running any technical issues. If you cannot hear me, please type in here in the chat window, and I'll try to answer as soon as I can. Okay. So these are the two examples that I wanted to show you. You can go to EDUonGo.com, and from the home page, you can click on See Customers, so you can see what others are doing. And of course, we only highlighted some of them. However, there is a lot of academies that range from an academy with 10 students to 1,000 to dozens of thousands of students, over 40,000, 50,000, etc. Now, I remember one of the questions that I have here, I just remembered now, that somebody had asked is, what is the biggest academy that are using EDUonGo? We have a pretty significant chain of schools in Australia using EDUonGo for vocational training. So all of them combined together, they have a quite big number of students. So I would say our biggest clients are in Australia. And then the next one is Europe. We have corporations using, or corporate companies using it in some part of Asia. So all over, according to Google Analytics, we have about 102 countries, academies created from 102 countries using EDUonGo. But Australia is our biggest kind of chain of schools that have started using EDUonGo. So now we also have MOOCs that gets launched using EDUonGo, and I want to highlight one of the MOOCs that has been a very success story. Is in Eastern Europe, it's called Al-MOOC. Al-MOOC is short for Albanian MOOC. This MOOC has gathered more than 42,000 students. This is in Albania, by the way. But this is one of the big MOOCs, which is top 10 academies at EDUonGo. And so if you know a school, or if you'd like to launch a MOOC for your school or for your corporation, now there are MOOCs. If you guys heard of MOOCs, massive open online courses. So for you guys that haven't heard of MOOCs, you can Google it, MOOC. So if you want to launch a MOOC for your corporation, for your school, for your community, so our MOOC is for the community, then EDUonGo has some great tools, and we can share the experience on how we help others launch their own MOOCs. So I guess if you go to eduongo.com/customers, you should be able to see a list of other customers. Okay, explore the 10 steps to sell courses. So this is pretty intuitive, actually. Let me see here. Let me actually leave this page here. I will open a new tab. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions. So I'll come back here and just check with you guys. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. For some reason, all the comments are gone here, but if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to address them. So by the way, I'm using a third-party plugin for this section here, so I'm not sure if that's the greatest. We might change it in the next live session. Let's come back here and talk about the next item here, which is explore the 10 steps to sell online courses. Now, I've done great research on what our academies have been doing to sell online courses, which are the steps that they were successful, what others are doing, so even the competition, and what really works on creating and selling online courses. And I have put 10 steps to kind of summarize the process on how to successfully sell online courses. And if you go here to EDUonGo.com, you scroll down, there is it says download a proven model for selling online courses. So you can download the guide by hitting this button, and you would have to subscribe to get the download link. Once you download that, I have the guide already opened. Let me see where I put it. Right here. So you will get a PDF that you can open. Now I opened this with a browser, but it's a PDF file that you have to open with Adobe Acrobat, the reader, if you wanted to. So I summarized these 10 steps into 3 different categories. So I'll skip to that slide real quick. So I put steps for each of these 3 categories: traffic, trust, and sell. So the first one talks about what are the steps to generate traffic for your course, or for your course catalog, which we call it an academy, an online academy. And I go in there and mention the steps that have worked for a lot of our academies. So these are proven steps that have worked for our academies. One of them, the first one I mentioned here, is contribute to an online community. By doing that, really gets you engaged with the community, and you get leads that are easier to convert. You get hot leads that we believe will eventually gain your trust and buy your course. So we put that as the first one, and we mentioned some of the communities that are very active that you can participate, which worked for a lot of our academies. One of them is LinkedIn. Joining LinkedIn groups that are for your topic. So let's say you do, I don't know, we have a yoga class or yoga academy that was very successful. They sold about $10,000 worth of courses in less than 5 days, and they used LinkedIn quite a bit to kind of work through gaining the traffic. So we have Google Plus. A lot of teachers use Google Plus communities. Uh, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of subject matter experts use Google Plus communities, and uh, that one worked for a lot of our academies as well. And then we have mentioned a few others. Here, Quora is a great community. Once you gain the reputation in Quora by answering questions, then it really helped few subject matter experts that I personally went and observed on how they gained their traffic by using Quora. So take a look at these that we have listed on the first step. So the first step is contribute to an online community. And again, we are within the section of generating traffic. Another step that a lot of our teachers use and we're successful is posting videos of your course. So depending on the topic or the content that you're trying to sell, posting a video in YouTube with the right touch, meaning with the right title and the right tags, the hashtags that you use in there. In the description, I've seen a lot of videos that were successful to bring traffic for some of our academies, where they in the description they put links to the course. Okay, a lot of people forget that. They post a video, and even though in the video it might say somewhere, please go to here to my academy, putting a link in the description really helps, because a lot of people will try to scroll down and read the comments, and they will see the link and they will click on it. So posting a video on YouTube every now and then for the new course that you created, or for a course that you have built before, just grabbing some videos from different lessons and posting that really helped a lot of our academies. And I put that as the number 2 to generate traffic. It was quite hot for a lot of our academies and that are using EDUonGo. Number 3, I put on, you really need to learn about your competition. So let's say if you're doing yoga courses, whatever you're doing, if you're doing, we have courses, animal therapy, we have courses on how to build a boat, a lot of computer science courses. So if you need to really learn what is your competition, where are they promoting, what social media they're promoting the most. And I put step number 3 to do some research to find out what your competition is doing, and then how to join some of your competition in the communities they're promoting, so you can push in your courses. And a great website is buzzsumo.com. This one, if you go to that site, if I go real quick, you can just type in anything. You can say writing essays. So here are courses to write essays. Or, this is a keyword which will try to search and see who is the competition, what are the brands that are using this keyword, and where are they promoting the most. It looks like my internet is a little slow. Let me open a new one. Sorry. Let me go real quick if you guys can hear me, because it could be that I have overloaded the internet here. So please go ahead and type in a yes if you can hear me. I know the sound will come in a little bit later, but if you type in yes or no, I'd really appreciate. So I was here on page number, right here. I think this is step 3, page number 11. So you can copy and paste this. My internet probably is a little slow because I am sharing the screen, sharing my video, and it could go a little bit slower, but see if that will work now. I'm not sure if it's the video or my internet or the website, but anyways, it's going a little slow, so you can check it on your own. Okay, I got a lot of yeses. That's great. So yeah, so let me come back here. another another website that helps you generate traffic, and I've seen that work for others, is Tweet Reports. So if you go to Tweet Reports, this one lets you find out tweet chat rooms. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with tweet chat rooms, which are scheduled chats that people participate and tweet about a specific topic. So if you come here to Tweet Reports, and I think you click here on chat schedule. So if you click on chat schedule, there's a lot of chats that has been scheduled, and you can see them here. So if I hit F, Control F on my keyboard, and I say I want to write about Python, maybe. There is nothing, no chats in Python. How about yoga? Is there any chat yoga? Here we go. So there is some chat room that are scheduled in health and fitness. And if you come here, if you go to Twitter and search for this hashtag, you can join that. And this is scheduled 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. So now you make sure that on Monday you join this chat room, and you know that it's a scheduled chat. So whenever you post a tweet, you know that others will watch that because everybody has joined in to tweet with each other at that specific time. And this one has worked. Instead of just blasting out a tweet out of blue that it gets, it gets mixed with others, and it will be missed by a lot of people reading your tweet. If you join a scheduled chat room, it really helps a lot. So that's that one. And of course, I'm not going to go through all of these. They will take quite a bit of time. But step 4, bundle your course into a deals website. There's so many of them, and I picked the top deals website that worked for our clients, worked for our academies. And this is putting 5 courses into one deal and pushing it to a website, and that website will start promoting that. And of course, they get a share of your revenues, but this will generate a lot of traffic. I've seen a lot of courses, a lot of authors that they bundle 5 courses and they sell them for $2, and this is more or less to generate traffic, because once you get those people inside your academy, then you have the community that you can always update with new content, and you start building the trust, which we're going to get into that shortly. Step number 5, put a link to your email signature. It's amazing how this could be very successful, where you send, if you are like me, you send so many emails during the day, you receive so many emails, and if you add a link to your email signature of the next course that you are about to build, or the next, the course that you just launched, you'd be surprised how many people click on that, and they will get to your or share that with others. Remember, in the email, there are others that get copied in the email, they get forwarded, etc. So this is one way that has worked for some of our academies. So step number 5, send an email to your current community. Of course, if you already have an academy with some students, definitely follow up with them, because if you deliver good content that they appreciate, they will refer it to others. So please reach out to your current community. And the next section is building the trust. So once you generate the traffic, what do you do to build the trust? Remember, there's a lot of websites. We have a lot of clients that come into us saying, hey, we have 20,000 teachers that use our website daily. And I will actually take an example. So one of our clients is myvocabulary.com, and they have awesome traffic, and how do you build the trust with this traffic so they can actually pull the card and pay for your courses? Now this My Vocabulary uses EDUonGo to sell puzzles. So remember, EDUonGo is I would say the most flexible learning management system in the market. Just like when you want to build a website, you think about WordPress. When you want to deliver online courses, we want you to think about EDUonGo. That's how flexible it is. You can really change it into the way you want using our APIs. And if you can imagine, my vocabulary has changed it completely to using EDUonGo to deliver puzzles. So this is a pretty awesome website that uses EDUonGo, and these guys have very nice traffic from 140 or 150 countries. And now, how do you build the trust with all this traffic? And that's what these steps that I was talking here. So here are the steps now to build the trust. So first, you need to find out where are your audience going. Before you can build the trust and try to get to know them, you need to see where are they getting stuck. What is the bounce rate on your pages? If you guys that the bounce rate is new, that means that when somebody comes to a page, do they just quit and get out of that page, or do they start navigating and trying to find out what's inside, and they click on the next link and the next link? So in order to find those out, or in order to build a trust with your audience, the first step here, which is step number 7, but it's the first step under trust, I say go ahead and install Google Analytics. It's an awesome tool. I think it's a must for every company. It's not just for every academy. I think Google Analytics is a must for everybody that have an online presence. Installing Google Analytics and reading the data is pretty awesome. And maybe the next live session I will go over on how to use Google Analytics, one of the topics on the next live session. But in Google Analytics, you can learn a lot about your audience, about your traffic. Where are they coming from? What interests they, what are they interested more? What pages they're clicking? Which one of your pages has a bigger bounce rate, or which one is better? So again, when I talk about bounce rate, which one of the pages people didn't really like and left it? So that means you will see the percentage on the bounce rate, how many people just got out of the page. And where are they getting stuck? Maybe they go all the way to this topic in your lesson and they don't want to continue. And maybe they click all the way to your course detail page, but they don't want to pay. So at least you get this data on how do you improve the process. So Google Analytics, it's about giving you the data. Another tool that I really love, which a lot of you guys actually got into this live session by opting in this tool. So you subscribe to listen to me. So the tool is SumoMe. So if you go to sumome.com, is a free tool. EDUonGo uses it. This one, you have different apps inside that you can use. Some of them are free. A lot of them are free. Some of them are with money. Here is some of the apps that EDUonGo uses. So list builder, content analytics, smart bar, etc. So this is a great tool to, again, build the trust with your audience. So, and that's what I'm doing here as well. I try to set up this session so I can get to know some of you guys. This is our first session to learn more about who wants to build the next awesome academy. Who wants to be the next elite author at EDUonGo. So that's step number 8, and then step number 9 is really getting to know your audience by having webinars, by putting different articles so you can discuss it with others into a discussion board, writing a blog, etc. So these are the 9 steps, and then you have step number 10 on really now making the sale, which I focus a lot on building a brilliant landing page for your course. So a landing page at EDUonGo is, I know I've talked a little too much, maybe it's 1040. So a landing page is something like this, having a video, what to write about this course, about the author, and then what was smart selling. I think he's done a great job on the landing page. So if I come here, see how we put the course detail page, talked about the course detail page. Some people give an outline what's inside the course. So I tell you exactly what a good landing page looks like, what you should include. So include a video intro, course description, a curriculum outline, testimonials is great. Put a lot of time in your biography. People want to know who are they paying for, who's the author that they want to pull the wallet and pay for the course. So as much as you can put in your biography, feel free to do that. So anyway, everybody can download this and go over these steps on your own or with your team. So with that being said, I think I went a little too slow, so we only have 20 minutes. But let me see if anybody has any questions. I have a list of questions that I pulled here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write them here in the chat window. And from here on, it will be questions and answers, so we can make it a little more interactive and I don't put you guys to sleep. So, all right, any questions, let me know, please. Okay, while you write the question, which will come a little late to me, I will pull up the list of some of the questions here. Okay, so question number one that I have here is how to get a student feel engaged in a session, both live and recorded one. Okay, and I know it would be difficult in a recorded one, but still, if there are feedback or suggestions from other users, I would be glad to try and experiment. So how do you get a student feel engaged in a session? Now, EDUonGo really focuses in student collaboration, in peer learning. So learners learning from each other, okay? I'm gonna open up maybe my demo academy. So I have my own demo kind of academy. Actually, this one doesn't have any. See, this one does not have any video. So this one is a little bit different. So let me go to one of these here. Maybe I'll go to this one. I'm already logged in. So if I come here and join Tom Driscoll's course. So if I come here and join one of the author's course here, there is different places at EDUonGo that students really would get engaged. One of them is when you post a recorded session. So you said for recorded session, it's kind of hard to engage students. What we've seen from other authors, when you post a recorded session, so here's one recording, let me turn that off. And here is where you can ask questions in the timeline. So when students watch this video, they can start replying. So if I pause here and I'll say, hi, Tom. This is just a simple question from Ridvan. So I can color my question with different color and hit create. This does create a note in the timeline for the video. And you as an instructor, you can post these questions everywhere, in different places in the timeline, and your students will get to reply to it. So students can hit this reply button and it creates a thread of all of the answers for this particular question. So this is one way to engage your students for a recorded session, okay? Now another way that you can engage students is in the course launch area. Let me see if I can find one that has more traffic here. I think if I go to learn.cpdmo.com, no, not that one. Course launch. What is one of the academies that I want to show you that, let's see, Greg's getting started with learning. So here's how Greg has posted few comments here. So students can post their comments and questions, and I know Al-Mook uses this a lot, and others can reply to it. So this is the course wall area, okay? So anybody can actually go ahead and reply, so much like a Facebook wall. So this is another way of engaging students. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen, huh? Oh my God, give me 1 second. I stopped sharing the screen, and I'm sure you guys will say, oh, what's happening? Okay, got it, yeah. So you can't see my screen, okay. Sorry about that. So one way that I was showing you guys is now you should be able to see my screen, by the way. So here I'm gonna go to Tom Driscoll's course, and I'll come here to one of the sessions. So if you see my screen now, sorry about that, I forgot to share my screen. If you see my screen now, you can click on a video. So for a recorded session, while you play the video here, after you upload, you can pause anywhere in your timeline, and then you can color your note the way you want it. So here I'm going to pause right here, and I'll say, "Hi Tom, this is a sample question." So you as a teacher can create all these questions in the timeline, and your students can reply to those questions. So when they watch it, they get to click on the reply button, and it creates a thread on that note, which is in a particular time in the video. And you get a notification as a teacher that whoever watched this video, they answered all these questions. So this is really a great way to engage students in a recorded session. Now, for live sessions, EDUonGo does have virtual tools that you can schedule live sessions inside your lessons. So if I come here, I don't want to mess with the Tom's course, but let me see if I can find a dummy course here. Here, I'm gonna look at this one. So you can set up live sessions for your lessons. So let's say in this lesson, exercise 1, I want to create a live session. I hit the edit page, the edit button here, and on the right side, I'll say add live session. And we do have an integrated virtual environment, so teachers can be the moderator, share the screen, share the video, students can join, and it's secured inside your course, so nobody else can join that live session. So this is another way. And then you have a chat room window, so students can ask questions, etc. So that's the question. The other one is, if I don't want the students to see the grades for their quizzes nor their responses, how do I? You can, on the left navigation, you can disable the menus as you wish. So if I click here on the grades and say hide link, then students will not see this link. See, it has this icon here. If I go to the student view, so if I click on this, this will switch to a student view. This is what the students will see. So they do not get to see grades, okay? So if you want to hide grades from students, you simply go ahead and click on this arrow down and then say hide. Not right now, I can't show because it's already hidden, but if I click here, hide link. Okay, here's another one. Which factors decide success in online course? So I guess I covered some of this, but really your presentation page of the course is very important before people can register to the course. So the way that you present what's inside the course, the video that you show in the intro is really important for people to come inside. Now, once you're inside the course, there's different methods that people use to deliver the course. You can have self-paced courses, which there is no time when the unit starts, when it ends. So for example, this is a self-paced course, and it has a linear navigation, which means that you have to do lesson 1. Lesson 1 does have different concepts inside, and then you go to lesson 2 that you can explain different concepts inside. See, as I click here on these headings, you will get different content. And again, this is a self-paced course, so students would have to go through this as on their own time. Now, I love project-based learning personally. I feel that if you build a project throughout the course and students get to submit that project, uh, they will feel excited about getting to the finish line instead of just giving them a quiz or a final exam. I'm not a big fan just quizzing students. I really feel that uh, doing learning by doing is important, and grouping students into a project-based learning environment, it's very important. I've seen that in some of my courses. I uh, build academies with over 10,000 students, and a lot of what worked was getting engaged students by building their own project, their own personalized project. So I would cover how to build something on a video series or lessons, and then I will ask assignments for them to follow along. But then at the end, they build their own project to what they learned. And I think project-based learning can go in every subject. It's not just for subjects that you get to build a project at the end, but I think it can work for any subject out there. And of course, EDUonGo facilitates, you can have self-paced or instructor-led courses, or courses fixed on a timeline. So for example, if I come here in the edit mode, I have disabled the dates, but I can have a start and end date. So if I uncheck that, I can say this starts here, it ends here. Or I can say disable dates. Don't worry about when it starts and what it ends. But again, I'm really a big fan of project-based learning. Flipped learning is awesome as well. So you can have flipped learning and project-based combined with each other. Flipped learning is just the method that you use to deliver your lectures. You do that via recording, and you do assignments and homework in class. But you can still have a flipped learning course and then make it project-based. So students in class, they are building a project throughout the course. So which is the biggest academy that, okay, so I already answered that question, which is the biggest academy for EDUonGo. I guess we only have 7 minutes left. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I have a question regarding integration of flipped learning in EDUonGo, and especially why EDUonGo is better than other LMSs. Okay, so there's actually another question from Geta. Let me see. How would I come to know about the next session? The next session is going to be posted in this page. So see how it says here, December 19, 10 a.m. It will say, the exact date and time, and there will be a counter that counts the days and time. So that's how you will know about the next session. And we will go ahead and email everybody in the list when is the next session. But make sure that you RSVP so we know that you're going to take part. And if you have any questions, you will have still this form on the right side, so you can post your questions and we will receive an email from you. So the question from IB, I have a question regarding integration of flipped learning. So for flipped learning, I showed you flipped learning videos. Building videos is a big part of flipped learning. So recorded videos is really the core in flipped learning. So every teacher needs to record videos and have students watch those videos. Of course, you can have them read an article and discuss that article inside. That's another way of flipping, right? Or doing the homework about that article in class. But what we have done to facilitate this better than others is the video notes feature that I just showed you, okay? So that video note where you can leave a note. What was I here? So let me go to one of the videos. So when you upload a video, or you pull, even when you pull a YouTube video, okay, you can pull a YouTube video here or upload your own or Vimeo video, then you get this player that is, I think it helps a lot flipped learning teachers, because you want to know if the students have watched it. And a lot of other systems, they have, much like in YouTube, where you have your comments, threaded comments, just like, you can put all your comments below that. So we have that feature here if you click on comments. But let me go back. but really asking questions and enabling students to ask questions at a particular time in the timeline has been very important by a lot of teachers that want to flip their courses. This is one of the key features that Greg Green picked EDUonGo to flip the entire school, because they have all the teachers record their lessons and they upload them at EDUonGo, and then the teachers will go ahead and ask questions, so to make sure that students are watching the video, and it starts a collaboration in the timeline. And this one is one that we stand very unique. The community area as well. So here's where I can, hi everyone. So this one is where, this is a closed community for this course. This course is not public, so this is just a dummy course, but I can post something. The students can come in here, much like in a Facebook wall. They post something, others can like it, comment on this, etc. This, again, for flipped learning, it really helps students when they are outside the classroom walls, right? They can collaborate with each other outside the classroom. So these are one of the two components that really help teachers flip in the courses better with EDUonGo. Of course, discussion threads, so you can have students participate in different discussion boards. So here is empty discussion, but if you want to post something in this discussion, students can do that. But you can post an article here and others can comment. So I come here and I say, I can upload something and it starts a discussion thread on this article. So video noting is very important. The course stream area, the course lounge area, is important for flipped learning, which I think we were very unique compared to others, and the discussion board thread. Okay, guys, we have 3 more minutes. Do you have any other questions? Okay. If you have any questions, or if you remember of a question later on, this form here on the right side will remain there. So please feel free to, let me see if somebody posted here. Question, here's another, other questions. I can't hear you. Okay. So we have people that wrote, they can't hear us very well, but I'm sure that you guys could hear. But if you have any questions, please feel free to post them here. I will get an email and I will follow up with an answer either on the next live session, or I will reply via email. So we will try to have a live session, 1 per month. So we're gonna go ahead and have the next live session in January. And since we are coming to the end, I would like to take this opportunity and wish you all happy holidays and enjoy the time for the rest of the year. I guess we only have, what is it, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks left. So happy holidays from Seattle. This session was very useful and soon to attend. Thank you so much, Geta. You know, it is really unique feature. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. So we'll talk soon, maybe in our next live session. Thank you for joining, and have a good rest of the evening for some of you, and good afternoon for some of you. Bye-bye, everyone.